Hey guys, welcome back to Auto Repair guys. Thank you guys for watching and subscribing to the channel. In today's video guys, we'll be working on a Dodge Dart guys, and we'll show you how to remove cylinder head or how to replace cylinder head gasket guys. Stay with us, we'll cover everything from start to finish and what you need to do. Now we'll guys have more than 100 videos on that engine guys. This is the 2.4 engine. We just got a 1.4 and we're in the process of getting a 2.0. Those are the three engines that Dodge Dart comes with. So please guys, subscribe to the channel. We got the engine out. Okay, you do not have to remove the engine out of the car. We removed it so we can show you guys where things are, how to remove things, because otherwise it's impossible to show you good with the camera. Now with the engine in the vehicle, it will take a little bit of effort because it's very limited room on the intake side. Plus, quick introduction guys, we have more than 200 videos on every car we get at the shop because our mission is to save you guys as much money as we can. So please subscribe to the channel and like the video guys. Let's start on it now. So what we're going to do now guys, okay, that cover right here, we need to remove the cover. It has four bushings that it attaches to. Okay, let us explain you now, let us show you where they're located. 1, 2, 3, 4. Those bushings, they attach right here. 1, 2, okay, 3, 4 guys, right there. So what do we need to do next? Right here. Okay, now if the engine is in the car guys, okay, you need to remove that clamp, you need to get it loose and get it out of the air filter box. One bolt here and over there guys. Okay, we're going to have one clip. Ours is broken. It's a clip like this one. Okay, so you get a clip remover too and pull it out. After that you need to disconnect that sensor for the air intake temperature sensor guys. Okay, that wire. And here you need to get the clamp loose for the throttle body. Okay, a little bit more. Perfect. Grab it, pull it out. Okay, like that. Next step, we need to disconnect all of the ignition coils here, and you can see that red thing guys. Okay, that's a safety feature. Just push it back. Okay, push down on it and they'll come out. Okay, push down, come out. Same thing on this side. Okay, they're very gentle, so you have to be careful not to break anything. Okay, this one too. Now we need to remove the ignition coils with a 10mm socket here. Okay, don't drop your bolts guys, because it's easy to lose, so be careful how you remove them. Okay, working on the last one now there. Perfect. Now you grab the ignition coils and one by one you start pulling them out. Okay, like that. And we'll just set them on the side now. Next guys. Okay, a few more things to do. Right here now. Okay, this is one of the holders for the valve cover on top. Remove that one. Here we have one nut with 8mm socket now guys. I got that loose so I can save you some time. We'll remove that one. This is a coolant line that goes from the overflow bottle. Okay, right there. We'll pull that one out. Here we need to disconnect the cables from that bolt. Okay, you have one bolt right here that you need to clear, and over there guys, that hose attaches to the air filter box, so disconnect that hose as well. Now you need to get a clip removal too guys. Okay, and gently, okay, you need to pull a few clips out here. Okay, this one is almost out. Perfect. One clip here, one is broken. You have one more right here, that's for the wiring harness. And one is broken on ours right here, so we won't be able to show you on this one. If you need replacement clips, we have them. We have the links in the description of the video below. Remove the holes for the PCV valve. All the tools and parts guys that we use, you can find the links in the description of the video below guys for your convenience. 8mm socket guys, and we need to start getting quite a few bolts loose now for the valve cover. And that valve cover, once you remove all the bolts, it will come out. You have quite a few, guys. Okay, and right here we have one sensor for the camshaft position sensor. Disconnect this one as well, like that. Otherwise, we may not be able to remove it. Right here we have 4 more bolts on the inside by the ignition coils. Those bolts, all of the bolts stay on the valve cover unless you remove the gasket. Then they'll start coming out. Okay, now you grab it. It might be a little bit stuck if you have silicone on it, it really depends, but usually it will come out pretty easy, guys. Perfect. Okay, like that. So we can continue with the next step now. So for anything, guys, related to timing chain, cylinder head, camshafts, anything like that, guys, that involve the timing and moving parts, it's important not to bend your valves, guys. And there are 2 ways that people do that. Okay, bring it to TDC point. Okay, and TDC point is, okay, that line right here, there is a notch on the, okay, right there on the crankshaft pulley that needs to be aligned with this one here. Next, the water pump, guys. In order to, okay, remove that pulley, now you need to remove, get those bolts loose while you still have the belt on, otherwise it will be a little bit harder to do. And we got them loose now. 16mm socket, guys, right here, and we go counterclockwise, and the belt, okay, it comes from the idle pulley because it's not long enough, so usually it comes out of the idle pulley, and we can pull it out, okay, like that. The whole belt is out. Now we're going to remove these 3 bolts that we already got loose, and after that we'll be ready for the next step. Okay, perfect, just like that. You can see we have some hidden bolts underneath. Now we need to remove the idle pulley right here. That idle pulley, I think it's a 13mm socket from what it seems like. So we're going to remove that one now. Okay, because it's a long bolt that goes through the timing cover. Okay, it's a little bit tight, so the impact we won't be able to do it. Okay. Those usually, guys, they can get noisy. Perfect. You can see how long the bolt is. This is a good pulley, by the way. You can see it's pretty tight, not noisy or anything like that. Now we are going to just remove that's the tensioner pulley here, but we will just remove the pulley itself. Okay, so let's see if we will be able to get it loose now. Okay, it might shoot back when it gets loose. Okay, or maybe that's a reverse threaded one. Let's see if it's actually, it may be reverse threaded, because otherwise you'll get it loose every time you remove the belt. Okay, that's definitely a reverse threaded bolt, guys. That's a good thing to watch the video so you know what's happening, guys, otherwise you can damage your vehicle. So if you need to remove that pulley, that's how you remove it. Okay, perfect. This one's out too. So we're to the point now, guys, that we have to remove the bolt for the crankshaft pulley. We use that DeWalt compressor, guys. Nothing sponsored here, we purchased it ourselves. It's an amazing compressor. What we like about it, guys, it goes to 165 psi. 165, guys, check it out. That's 6-gallon compressor, very light, very easy to maneuver. Okay, move around the shop, and we have Ingersoll Rand impact, and with that 165 psi, it removes crankshaft bolts like nothing, guys. Check it out now. Perfect. Now, wheel, guys. Okay, before you remove it, I forgot to mention, you can do it now too. At that point, guys, I'll recommend to remove your spark plug so you can turn the engine easily. Okay, and now right here, guys, okay, check it out. We brought it to TDC point. Okay, top dead center, guys, right here, TDC point. And from that point on, we're going to remove, okay, the crankshaft pulley. Okay, perfect. So on the bottom side of the timing cover where the oil pan attaches, you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts that we need to remove with 10mm socket. We got ours loose already, guys, okay? 3 of them we got loose. We're working on the 4th one now. Okay, it's a 12. Actually, the other one is bigger. It's a 12mm because it's holding the bracket for the AC compressor there. Okay, I don't think we'll be able... Oh, it got loose. You might need to use a deep socket or extension there. Okay, now this bolt, it may not go by hand. Why? Because you will have silicone stuck in the thread, because the oil pan attaches to the engine block with silicone only. There is no gasket. Okay, you can see a little bit longer bolt. Perfect. We got it out. Now, we have quite a few bolts, guys, bigger bolts that we need to remove, and we're going to get them loose now, and we'll start removing the small bolts too. So, we'll actually use the big impact again, okay, for those. Since the engine is out of the car. Otherwise, guys, you have to use a wrench socket to remove those. Now, those are ready. We have 13mm that we need to remove. I think those are 13 here and here. Now you have to be extremely careful how you remove the timing cover, because that cover is super easy to break. We broke so many in the past, not knowing how to do things, so you have to be extremely careful, guys. 12mm socket, and we start removing more bolts now. Now we're going to switch to 10. You can develop a leak from that timing cover. That's silicone there, and it's super easy to develop a leak. Okay, perfect. Now, right here we have cables attached, so we need to use a clip removal too to get it out. If you want to buy one, you can check where we have it. We have one guide right here, one over there, guys. Spray those, okay, with penetrating spray. Okay, that way it will come out a little bit easier. Okay, because those guides could rust there, and if you're not careful, guys, you can cause some damage. It's important now to start, okay, removing it, okay, and apply small amount of pressure. Don't go too crazy about it. Why? Because otherwise, okay, you can crack it. Get a screwdriver, tap on it a little bit. Okay, and let's see where we have a spot that we can actually separate the timing cover, okay, from the engine block. So, okay, it came loose on this side. Now we have a place right here, it's underneath the AC compressor, so I don't know if we'll be able to pry. Yep, we did pry there as well. So now you grab it and gently pull it out. You have silicone on the bottom for the oil pan. You have silicone on top, that's sealant, okay, and get the timing cover out of the way. You can see the engine now better as well. Now the timing cover, guys, okay, when you're ready to install that thing, okay, you have to clean all the silicone. Okay, we use a scraper here. You can check the link in the description of the video below, guys, where we got our scraper from. Really good deal. And you need to clean everything here on the cover. You have to reseal the whole cover, so all the old silicone needs to go. Okay, remove it completely. And also you will need to clean the engine block as well. Now you have to be careful not to drop things in the oil pan, so cover your oil pan there, because otherwise all that will fall in the oil pan. Okay, you can see, you just start scraping it and everything comes off. Clean it Okay, usually we use a brake cleaner to clean everything to make sure it's not greasy, and that's a silicone sealant that we use. This is one of the best ones that we used in the past, guys. Maximum torque gasket maker. You apply a thin rim around it and you seal it together. Pretty simple, guys. If you want to see a video how to do that, we have a video that explains how to reseal timing cover, so check it out. So we had to reinstall ours, okay, to make sure we're at TDC point. That's why we had it again, guys. Otherwise, okay, we removed it the first time, but we forgot to bring it to TDC point. We want to make sure that everything is at TDC point. This is it, timing chain right here now. This is the timing chain tensioner. This is the timing chain tensioner for the open and the oil pump and balancing shaft. We have a video on that one as well, how to do things. So now right here, guys, 10mm socket, we're going to remove the tensioner. This tensioner, guys, is spring loaded, so be careful. It will shoot some out. Perfect. Now we will have to remove the tensioner arm right here, 12mm socket for this one, or 13mm actually. All the tools and parts, guys, that we use in our videos, you can find the links in the description of the video below, so please do check it out. Now we have to remove the, right here we have the arm guide, timing chain guide right here. Looks like the tensioner arm, but it's not. This is a static one, it doesn't move. Perfect. This one is out as well. Now in order to remove the timing chain, we will have to remove that bolt for the camshaft pulley, because the chain, even though we don't have the tensioner, you cannot pull it out. We have a video on timing marks and we will explain all that on the channel, so please do check it out, guys. Now, okay, right here we're going to remove that bolt so we can pull the chain out, and after that we'll be ready to continue with the next step. Okay. 15mm socket. Perfect. Now you gently pull it out. Okay, great. And now we can continue with the next step. So right here now, this is a vacuum pump, guys. Okay, those red things, you need to spread them up. Okay, and you have two on the other side at the same time. Then pull it out like that. We have 3 bolts that we need to remove with 13mm socket. 3 bolts. 1, 2, and the third one is hidden right here underneath. Okay, just working on the third one now, the last one. Okay, this one right here. You should have a gasket right here. You grab that thing, wiggle it a little bit. Yep, you have an O-ring. 2 O-rings, one big one, one little one. Right there, pull it out. So we can continue now with the next step. Next we need to disconnect the wires. Okay, right here you can see that yellow piece needs to come up. It's already up a little bit, okay, like that. For the control solenoids for the timing. Same thing on the other side. Okay, you have third one there. So you have 4 of these that you need to disconnect. Okay, this one needs to come up more, I think, maybe. No, that's good. Okay, just grab it firmly. And pull it out. Okay, this is the 4th one. Right here we have one more. This, guys, is for the timing sensor. So again, the same procedure. Now get it out of the holder there. Perfect. Now 6mm Allen wrench, and we're going to remove the whole assembly here. Okay, now the only thing holding still a little bit, okay, is a few bolts here and there, I think. Okay, it's loose now. So we can go ahead, lift it up. Okay, a few bolts are still barely holding. We're going to grab that thing, gently pull it out, things may fall apart. Okay, this is your control brick right here, it's known as the brick on that engine. Careful things not to fall out. You have the hydraulic lifters on the bottom here as well, so we got that thing out of the way now. We can continue with the next step, guys. Okay, and here 12mm socket, and those will be super tight. So we'll remove our gasket here so we don't damage it. Now with the 12mm we're going to remove, okay, these bolts here, and we're going to get the big impact to do that because otherwise, okay, it's going to take a while. Those are super tight, guys, those black bolts. Perfect. Now we have two more, but those are 10s. All of the other ones are 10mm that we need to do from that point on. Okay, so a few more bolts that we need to remove now. One more right here. Okay, so we can go ahead, start slowly removing them. It's very important the way you remove them, they're named. This one is the one with the arrow, then you have E1, E2, E3, E4, and the last one you cannot confuse that one, but E1, 2, 3, and 4, make sure you don't confuse those guys. Okay, we're going to get those because otherwise I think they'll fall off if we pick them up, since the engine is a little bit sideways. So let's just get them one by one. We'll remove the caps. Usually you cannot confuse them, they go, as I said, they're numbered, so that way you will know how to install them. And we just have the last one now holding there. Okay, perfect. And we can remove the camshaft now. Okay, just like that. So, for the cylinder head now, guys, okay, what do you need to do? You need to disconnect your coolant hoses. Okay, this one is disconnected right here. The one underneath, this is the coolant pipe that comes from the water pump. So there is one bolt with 8mm that we just need to disconnect. You will need to disconnect that hose right here for the heater core, and there is one more towards the back side. Okay, right there. You can see this one, that shiny thing. We already have those disconnected, guys. Not very complicated. Also, You will have one little hose for the overflow bottle that goes right here. Ours is broken, you have to disconnect this one as well. Now we'll go ahead and remove that 8mm. Okay, that 8mm bolt, so we can, guys, go ahead and remove that bracket that holds the water pump hose in place. Okay, we're almost there. No more. It needs to be with a shoulder arm, I think. Shoulder extension, because we're hitting on the transmission mount, and that way it's not going to work out. So what we'll get is a shoulder extension for the 8mm socket. Okay, and that way we'll be able to pull that bolt out, hopefully. Okay, perfect. So you can see it takes quite a bit of work, but all that is doable. Okay, looks like the bolt is out. I'll hold it with one finger so it doesn't drop. And it's going to drop anyways. Okay, this is it, right there. This is the bolt. So this pipe will stay there. Now we'll see if we need to disconnect any wires that are in the way, anything that's in the way. That way we can continue with the next step. Coolant temperature sensor. Now we'll need to disconnect it. That red thing, we need to slide it up, then you press in. Okay. This one is a little bit hard to do, guys. So now we're going to disconnect the fuel line. That fuel line, guys, will be under enormous amount of pressure. You have a fire extinguisher on the place, wear eye protection, wear gloves. When you remove that line, fuel will spray everywhere, guys. Now, if the car is hot, engine's hot, you're going to catch on fire. Always have a fire extinguisher, avoid spark, open flame, and always use eye protection and protection for your skin as well. Pull that blue thing up. Okay, check it out now. We pulled it up like that. Perfect. Now we are going to turn it, press right here, and gently, okay, start pulling it out. Ours, it doesn't have fuel because the line is cut. So we can show you guys how to do that. Otherwise in the vehicle it's impossible to do that. This is the line for the purge valve. This line, it has two green things, guys. You need to press both of them in and pull it out. Okay, like that. Now that foam piece, gently pull it out. We'll need to disconnect the purge valve. This is the purge valve wiring right here, that gray piece. Okay, let me show you. It needs to come back. Now you're going to press in here and disconnect it. Injectors, that red thing needs to come up. Don't pry on the edge of the screwdriver with the whole screwdriver, guys, because you will break those things. Okay, press in and pull it out. Check it out now, like right here. Always apply the whole screwdriver, because if you just with the edge, you can break that safety pin. Okay, and we have one more here. Okay, now we have a few more wires that we'll need to disconnect, guys, here. So right here we have a holder. Okay, pull that one out with the clip removal tool. All the tools and parts, guys, that we use, we'll have them listed in the description of the video below. This is your map sensor right here, disconnected as well. Okay, like that. And this wire right here, guys, this is actually the wire for the NOx sensor. Okay, that's going in the cylinder, cylinder box, so it attaches to the box. Now we will need to come on this side and we will need to disconnect the alternator wires, okay, and the AC wires here. Those wires are for the AC compressor, one here, one over there. We have those disconnected. Right here, this one, okay, it's 13 millimeter. I got it loose already, guys, so we don't waste your time. Make sure you have your car battery disconnected, okay, because that's a positive wire of the alternator. If you touch it somewhere, you can set your car on fire, you can burn your computer, you can seriously hurt yourself. Disconnect that wire there. Now we have a couple holders, okay, one holder I think, or two, maybe. Oh, okay, now we have a ground wire, guys. We have a ground wire that we need to disconnect there as well. So, not to forget to do that one. This one is probably 15 millimeter. Okay, 14, 15, I don't know what it is exactly. Oh, 13, 14, I don't know what this is. Yeah, 13 millimeter. That way we can flip the wires on the other side and pull the head. Practically that way we might be able to pull it, but in the vehicle you will have to disconnect your cables. That's why we're showing you everything, guys, so you know what to expect. You can see that way we can spin the engine around, show you where things are. I guarantee you it won't be that easy in the vehicle, okay, but you have to be done. If you break those clips, okay, we'll have the replacement ones, guys, in the description of the video below, so please check it out. Okay, perfect. This is the alternator wire. All that is going towards the back side now. Okay, like that. Now we have the throttle body wire that we need to disconnect. Okay, and looks like we're just needing to clear a few hoses and we'll be, guys, ready to go after that. Now, the cylinder head, guys, or the gasket will be able to come out in just a few minutes. We just have a few more things to do. So we have one more bolt. Okay, this is for the intake manifold. Okay, right there. That holds the intake manifold to the engine block. 10mm socket, guys, you can remove that bolt, or you can remove the two nuts that hold the intake as well. It's your choice, okay, what you want to do. Now we're going to need a torque socket, guys, okay, to start removing the bolts for the head. But right here we have a few more holders that keep the wires in place. Okay, perfect. Just like that. So you can see we have 1, 2, okay, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bolts, guys, that we need to remove here for the cylinder head. This is the torque socket. We have that one listed in the description of the video below, all the parts and tools, guys, that we use. If you need a new head gasket, if you need, guys, anything like bolts or something like that, it will be there. This is a Torx 55. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and start getting those loose now. They'll be super tight. So we had to use the pipe, guys, and the big breaker bar to get them loose. I'm still trying to catch my breath. Okay, those are super tight, guys. Now there is a special procedure to get the cylinder head loose, and we'll, guys, have the video on the channel. Okay, you have to go in specific order. Okay, after before we get them loose, and you have to go first 90 degrees, then 180. So check it out, guys, it's on the channel. Most people think it doesn't matter how you remove your head, but if you're just putting a gasket, okay, there is a possibility that you're going to damage your cylinder head. So now we're going to go ahead, pull the bolts out, super long bolts. Okay, 10 bolts. Every time you have to put new bolts that you remove the cylinder head. Okay, last one is still holding just a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now I'm going to grab the cylinder head, guys, and I'll see if I can pull it out. Okay, so, okay, looks like everything's loose, so we'll just grab it, both of us. Okay. Oh, we have something holding, guys. The wires, we got the wires. So, we'll just grab it and pull it out. Leave it on something super soft. Careful not to damage it, guys, all that stuff. Ours is an old head, so we're not so concerned, but you have to be careful not to damage your head. And if you're wondering what a water-seized engine looks like, it's right here, full of rust. So this is it, guys, the cylinder head is out of the car. We have the video how to torque it down. Okay, torque specs and all that will be on the channel. Make sure to check it out. There is a special way to clean your cylinder head and engine block for the new gasket. Check out the videos on the channel as well, guys. You can find the links in the description of the video below, guys, for all the tools and parts that we use and all that stuff. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to the channel, guys, for more help, and see you guys next time.